Well, I suffered some poof and surge, but none of that because I'm just too small and insignificant to have anything really happen to me at this point in my game. Let me give a big little and 5-1. Once again, they're shooting at me. These banditeers, these ugly guys are following me all through the system. Big and little, where does it hit? A 54. A 54 is going to be out here. Not going to be a good chance it's going to be here, and also on that battle stations. There is no chance that I'm going to take personal damage from that. By having Mephisto, that's one of the 5 talents. I'm not Mephisto. I started as engineer, but as I go up in levels, I might actually pick up Mephisto. I could have changed that to a more regular battle. Otherwise, I'm just going to take the result. I'm not even going to roll for the magnitude because way out here, if it affected all the hexes around it, it affected everything within the 5s on this sort of 3D structure of the ship that's represented with just this hex grid. I am still okay. Just this little tiny bit of the world is me. A 22. A 22 is now going to be an extraction op. Now, the extraction ops have changed dramatically. Now, this represents tool etiquettes. Means I gain enough flammable poisons to fill 1 tank pod. Well, sometimes you got to get lucky. So now I have filled up a tank, and the machinery seems to need a rest and rebuild. Stop complaining. If you expend 1 ace of robots or luck, you may roll again on extraction ops. In group play, this decision is made by the next player to take effect. I do not need to I've filled up my ship, essentially. I now want to find a civilized land to sell that in and then be able to upgrade myself. I cannot automatically move down the chart or up the chart. That's going to require technology. But to leave the neighboring suns, I can get there. They may have some sort of wormhole technology. Who knows? It's all space opera. I might just push a button and go into flight speed. And I will not roll again on extraction ops. I have the option to roll again on extraction op, but there's really, except for a 6, it's very tough for me to get anything of great value here in this same area. Should I risk it anyway? If I double up and I roll that tool etiquette again, I would suffer Surgeruni. Now, we've seen that the Surgeruni is not going to hurt me that much because I don't really have anything of potions, mystic items, or anything else. Should I keep rolling and hope I get something lucky? Now I'll move on from here. Let's find civilization. Let's bank some cash while we have it. And I don't need to expend my luck here so that I may roll again on the extraction ops. Here comes the double, big and little. 54, I'm attacked. Obviously, the banditeers know that I have those flammable nows. They're coming to get me. So I go into battle stations mode, and I got a 4. A 4 is going to be a stylish repose. Oh, I hate that. As the 2 sides maneuver and take pot shots across the system, gain an XP. Oh, I love that. And a choice to suffer big and little implosion of magnitude 2. Now, a magnitude 2 is just going to damage an area, and my main pod down here at 1-1, my main command module, my Sixpresso coffee machine is there. Something that I cherish is not affected by this magnitude of attack. I could be protected if I had any upgrade of my propulsion's astro helm or naval defenses. And of course, if I was fighting, for instance, the scary monsters here, those would need to be at +3, not just +1 for bandits or +2 for the aliens. In group play, that includes, I'm not in group play. Now, I can take the big and little implosion, else suffer fiend threat personal damage with the safeguard of headgear. I don't have any +1 helm to protect me here. In group play, there'd be splash damage. Option to reconfigure the vessel to change continuity. That would mean that I would, for instance, move this one out to here. That would be a disadvantage because if I lose 1-4 by a direct hit, this would be floating off in space, my solar array, and I would lose it. Unless I expend an option of ace. And so let me just take, I can either take personal damage or I can take the fiend damage. Now, I can roll the result and see where it hits. So let me roll to see where it hits. If it hits out here, like at 3-5, 3-5 is right here. Now, if the magnitude is just going to be that it damages 3-5, I don't have anything in 3-5, so that's the way I'll call it. Now, this 4 roll of battle stations did not add any sort of fury. Now I could throw in my robots and my luck. If I threw in my robots and luck, I would gain +2 fury, and I would turn my stylish repose into a raking attack of a 6. A raking attack of a 6, let me look at that. I would not get the experience point that I got in the repose, and those are valuable at the beginning of at level 1. But a raking attack I would suffer a big little implosion of magnitude 1, 2, and 3, half a d6. Interesting. So it could either be a paint scrape, a damage, or an outright destroy of an area. Now again, this was destroying an area that I did not have anything in, and I don't have any protections that would guard me from that. But I can continue with Fury bonus. So I would have my robots and my luck at +2, plus another one for +3 in the Fury, but it would be a random dice roll, and I'd rather hold on to these and wait to see what the next dice roll is, and then pitch them into the battle, because so far, it didn't really have anything affect me, and I like that experience point. Now, because I'm stuck in battle stations, I just roll a d6. I don't roll a pair of dice here. Here goes my d6. It's a 1. It's a terrible roll. A 1, I think we've seen that before. That's evade. Suffer big and little explosion. Where did it hit? It hit at 41. 41 is out here. Once again, if I roll high enough magnitude, it could destroy my solar arrays. If I rolled that it affects the sector of 4-1, 4-3, 4-5, 4-6, 4-4, and 4-2, I have nothing in that. But if it affects all surrounding hexes, I think that occurs like 2 out of 6 times on the table. But I would have that. Am I Mephisto? No. Group play get an XP? That's not going to affect me. And the combat would end. Now I can add, again, robots and luck and turn that to Shell Shock or move that up to exchange if I want to stay in this battle. So far, I don't think I need to stay in this battle. Let me see what the magnitude of this is. It's going to be a 5. And I read under Implosion 5. It's pretty high magnitude. And damage the pod at the impact spot and damage the content of all adjacent hexes. So that would hit here and damage my solar arrays. I don't think I've ever started this game with working solar arrays and not have them damaged and later blown asunder. I do not need the solar arrays to power anything on my ship. Those are used to power the extra, usually big-ass tech that you collect, or allow you to do certain things in the in R&R after you've visited a system. I will go ahead and let that occur, and I will roll again, big and little, and I will just let myself escape. I've evaded. 61, that's going to be a Calamity Ensues. With Calamity Ensues, a 61 is Homesick. Means you travel back a full section towards Sol. Anywhere in strata 2 to 5, you go to neighboring suns. At the galactic center, you could be dead. Well, we don't want to get down there and be dead. Treat any further homesick before reaching R&R as insanity. I gain another XP. One more. Just 3 it takes me to get to level 2. I want to get to a civilized system and sell that flammables and poisons. And in group play, the next person to take action gets surgery. And here, not going to be that damaging. I just sort of bebop back. Now, I'm in neighboring suns. I can purposely push myself to Orion's Cygnus. And I will. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I can't sell anything in neighboring suns. The place is all controlled by cartels and corporations, and I'm, an independent who's selling some questionable poisons on the open market. Here goes my die. Big D6, little Z6. A 1 would be perfect in all of this mess. And notice I got a 1 up here. That 1 up there, I should have recorded myself 1, 2, 3 1s so far. With 3 1s, I have, and I always will be playing catch up. You'll always be playing catch up in here. I have gotten 3 insights by counting my 1s. Sometimes, since I have this virtual tabletop here and I can look back on all of the chat of what I've been playing, I can go back and do it in batch. And so I'll just put a reminder here. Tally the insights so that I know if I go back, I won't cross that line. This hash mark line to tell me that I've already tallied the insights before that. 1, 2, did I cheat myself? 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't even count. Now, let's go back to Lanson here. Give me 4 insights. When I get to about 6, I can make a decision on whether I want to increase myself on the life path. And I'll just bring that up really quick so you can see it. So on a Legionnaire here, does this blow up a little bigger? Oh, look at that. That's actually pretty nice. So if I have 5, as a Legionnaire, I can go into Enforcer's Regret and take the life path that's going to take me down either this way or this way. And after I get to the bottom, I can recycle and go back up to the top. And eventually you're going to go through a lot of these different events in the character's life that are happening externally. Much of this is going to be very quick resolution, encounter after encounter after encounter. It's great for solo play to amuse yourself because you can fill in the details. Again, very space opera, and there's enough other flair in the game to sort of put you into the flavor of the moment. In group play, there's a lot of just watching somebody else take a shot to the nards. You really have to have some schadenfreude to enjoy this. If you try to work together, you certainly can, but your ability to influence somebody else in the game is quite limited. For instance, I cannot use my luck to affect somebody else's bad luck. Those aces are what I use on my turn. But if I can do really well on my turn and get a lot of cash, that certainly can be shared for the benefit of the group going into the next set of encounters. More later.